What's up, guys? Welcome to this new video on Elvis is the Man. Yeah, I'm doing it for my car, but I'm doing some errands and I figured, hey, I want to make some videos, make the most of my time. So word on the street is that there's a Priscilla biopic coming out probably next year, obviously. The script has already been written, so this is something that's really going to happen, like a Priscilla biopic. Now, there's a few reasons why I do not like the sound of this. I'm trying to figure out if it's actually just going to be in theaters or maybe just a made-for-TV movie, which I'd be like, whatever. But if it's going to be in theaters, there's a few, hesitations I have. I really don't want this type of movie to come out. Let me get into the reasons why. So this movie is supposed to be based on her 1985 book, Elvis and Me. So Elvis and Me came out 8 years after Elvis died, and I read it once a long time ago, so I don't remember all the details, but there's some details about Elvis that I don't want out in a mainstream movie, about him getting with her when she was 14. Now, by getting with, I forgot how she, in her book, describes everything, but according to her, they didn't have any sexual relations, obviously until they were married. Priscilla is adamant about that. Whether you believe it or not, that's what she says. But it's gonna go back and focus on the Elvis pedo type thing, and it's like there's such an Elvis buzz right now. Why fan the flames of this false allegation with that? Now, okay, I think the most they did was like some making out, which, you could say is wrong. Here's the thing on this. In this day and age, yeah, we would think, what the heck? That's weird. But, Elvis grew up in the 30s and the 40s in the South. Women got married at 16. So in his eyes, maybe that wasn't such a weird type thing. Elvis knew she was young, obviously, and the people in his group knew she was young. I'm not making excuses for it, but I don't know what that mindset was. People come and tell me, hey, in the South, that's how things were. So telling that story in today's setting does not make Elvis look good. And how they want to, bring Elvis into the whole Michael Jackson, R. Kelly type thing. It'll help them do that. That's one reason why I don't want this movie to kill the Elvis buzz right now. Another reason is that in spite of all the Priscilla lovers out there, yes, I am happy that she opened Graceland, but I don't think it took a rocket scientist to come up with that idea. I'm glad she did that. But I'm kind of tired of Priscilla being at the forefront of every Elvis something. Like the story goes, as far as I interpret it, that, he met her at a vulnerable time. And yes, he did care about her and was kind of smitten with her. And eventually, had her move into Graceland in '63. She was like 16, 17, and they got married and, had their first kid when she was 21. But also, Elvis kind of, by the mid-60s, was didn't want to be in the relationship with Priscilla, as far as, I know, from the books and everything, the interviews I read with everybody in Elvis's inner circle. People like to debate that, but hey, there's news from his maid that she found him crying, just before it had to go down because he didn't want to marry Priscilla. He felt pressured supposedly by Colonel and her dad because, he promised them things like, maybe I'll marry her, and maybe the Colonel was like, hey, you better put a ring on it because if you send her back home after living here a few years, it's not going to be good for your career. Elvis, by pretty much all accounts, felt pressured, into the marriage, and, just after, I think, she may have done it before, but, they were both cheating on each other. By 1969, in the book Elvis Day by Day, he's quoted in October telling it, and if you guys want the link for this, I can, find it for you, or at least post the actual source, like what page. Elvis told a reporter something along the lines of, that's what a bad marriage would do for you. He was on vacation in the Bahamas. But I'm tired of kind of Priscilla being in the forefront. They got divorced. Elvis was happy about the divorce. He wasn't happy about the life change, but Elvis wasn't all shook up, pardon the pun, about their marriage. It was a lot of things, and I'm kind of tired of the whole Priscilla being in the mix and the grieving widow. No, she wasn't even a widow. They divorced. So it's like, here we go again, And the final reason is like Elvis is riding on such a high, and the Elvis community is riding on such a high with the success of Baz's film and the great job that Austin Butler did. This movie is not going to help Elvis. Yeah, you know, the fans aren't going to turn away, but like new generation of fans that are coming into the Elvis fold because of the Elvis movie, you know, they're like, oh, let me learn some more about Elvis and let me go see this new Priscilla movie. They'll probably be like, what? This is weird. You know, enough of the romance, enough of like, you know, Elvis moved on. And yeah, this is Priscilla's movie. So they're just going to be talking about, you know, everything that she wrote in the book because that's what it's based on. I don't remember walking away from that book thinking, wow, Elvis was so awesome. She talks about how in 71 or early 72, I mean, that he took her. I don't remember the details of that because I bought the book in 2020 again, but I haven't reread it. It's just like, but at the same time, I don't think that this movie is really going to be that big in the sense that people are going to flock to it. A movie about Priscilla and Elvis, I don't think, you know, best case scenario to just be a made for TV movie. Worst case, it'll be out in the theaters. Worst case, it'll get, you know, a lot of publicity and stuff. Just like they don't want to release a 77 CBS special. I don't think this would be good for Elvis, but, you know, we'll see what happens. As I find out things, I'll give you updates. As of right now, I don't know if it's going to be in theaters or just a made-for-TV. It looks like theaters. So tell me in the comments what you guys think about this. Are you happy about this? Or do you think, like me, it's not good? And for the record, I don't hate Priscilla. You know, she... you know, I can sympathize with her in some aspects, you know, but I'm just not a fan. I like Elvis. I'm not into some of the people, you know, that were around. And sorry to say Priscilla is one of them. That's just my feelings. But tell me what you guys think, and we'll talk to you next time.